Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Amsterdam. I'll tell you a secret, two secrets, by the way, about Jan. The reason that we have Ecosummit in Amsterdam on this day is basically a combination of that he needed an excuse to come to Amsterdam to begin with, and that was the North Sea Jazz Festival. And then the date was just a result of that. But we're happy because I thought actually that Jan made a smart decision to finally land the Ecosummit in the innovation hub of Europe in 2016, which is Amsterdam. So we are really at the heart here where innovation happens in various areas, including the energy sector that we're all working with. The second secret that I tell you is that if you want to have a great spot in the lineup of his program, you should just tell him up front that you do an announcement, and then you get, where I am right now, which is the first speaker beyond the organizers. And then you cancel that announcement right before you come on stage. And it's a true story, because we were planning on having an announcement on an investment that we were doing. We were in deep due diligence with a company that we hoped to close before this, but we stopped. We stopped the due diligence and basically gave the exclusivity back to the company to find somebody else. Because during due diligence, we found out that if you really look under the hood of the company that we were investigating, there were some serious problems to see how this company can scale and become a successful and a worthwhile investment. And that is, I think, what the job is of venture capitalists, professional capitalists, to take all this great excitement that we see with the entrepreneurs and look under the hood and see whether there is really something that together we can scale up to make an impact in this great big industry, which is called the energy industry, and make that work. And that is the challenge that we have. Now, at Set Ventures, which is the company that I am working with, we are doing that already for quite a while. We were founded in 2007 as a result of the fact that the nuclear plant in the Netherlands had to be closed down, but that decision was reversed, and as a result of that, the two shareholders, which are Delta and Ascent, they had to do a number of things. And one of them was to set up an independent fund that would invest in sustainable energy technologies. So we looked for a name for a long time to name our fund in that stage, and we call it just SET, which stands for Sustainable Energy Technologies. We have a team of 6 people right now. Rafael Koene is also in the audience. He joined us early in this year, so did Julia Padberg, and so we are a team of 6 people. We are managing our second fund right now, which is in the area of close to 60 million. With the 40 million that we had from the first fund, we are managing in total 100 million. The first fund, which started in 2007, was already focused on renewable generation, distribution, and the use of energy as we had defined that. That was our charter. So from the get-go, we have been a fully focused fund on the energy transition. And we're looking at what that was at that time was called the traditional clean tech sector. We did a number of investments. We have a few here still listed, although we exited AlertMe, as you probably might know, Epion, which is an earlier exit we did from the University of Delft, and sold it to ABB. Those were great returns, and currently we have still 4 companies in our Fund 1 portfolio, General Fusion, Engine-Tech, Microshade, and Enocean. And we will exit those companies in the next year and a half. That is our view. None of these companies require any money anymore, and will go straight to an exit trajectory that we're working on. Because that's in the end, that is the way we have to operate to return the money to our limited partners. In the second fund, we have sharpened that focus a little bit. So we're not only looking at companies that generate energy, that distribute and store them, and have efficiency solutions to use the energy, but we are packaging that into the smart energy solutions. And smart is obviously the word that also Jan uses all the time. There is no dumb solutions. But what we define with smart is that there is a software and service component in the business model embedded that will lead to a scalable business. So companies that are inventing the next wave of of windmills or solar panels. Those are not the ones that we will necessarily support, but we look at more the smart solutions, the business models that add to that. In our LPs in the second fund, we have added a couple of very good names, among which Shell, but also the European Investment Fund, which is a big trigger for funds of our size to make yourself investable. We have a couple of other government organizations, Corijs, which is the family office of the Colruyt family in Belgium that has invested in us, and Citra, which is an organization out of Finland that supports us as well as an LP. The underpinning of what we are doing is all based on these three assumptions here. The fact is that the energy mix will profoundly change over the time, and it goes even faster than most of us might want to think that is happening. The tipping point has been reached. We are now on a trajectory where alternative solutions for energy are becoming part of the mix. But with that, we also see that the fact that that the distribution and the storage will be balanced in a different way, where we had volatility in the earlier days on the pricing of energy. Now the volatility is far more on the availability and the demand of it. And that has to be balanced in the right way. And the good thing about that in our industry is that computing technology, communication, is helping us to do that in a very effective way. And that's what you all work on as startups as well. It's combining the ICT world in the energy sector, digitizing the energy sector, which is what it's all about. And we have started on this trajectory already way back when in 2008-9, when we realized that that was where the opportunities were, more than in inventing the alternative generation solutions. The proof points of that will come all very clear. This is an interesting chart that the International Energy Agency has already adopted its forecasts on the availability of solar 14 times over the last couple of years. And still they are under what the expectations might be from others. So this is going to be an accelerated situation where we see more solar being used going forward. It's not a surprise to you guys. But the overall rate of change is there, which is proved by this chart as well. On the cost side, we see dramatic things. Actually, in the Netherlands is now a big discussion about, well, the big applause actually on the fact that there is now a wind park is going to be installed in the Netherlands at prices that they've never seen before. We see that already with solar before, and now we see it also in the wind sector coming. So the prices of those assets will go down dramatically, to the point where we can even say that the price of energy that comes out at some points is actually low, negative, or at least coming from renewable sources only, which is a great development. So therefore, we think that the change that needs to happen, it needs to be speed up, but also we need additional measures. The smart solutions, in our view, are now the critical element to make the energy change from solely fossil fuel to a mixed bag possible. And that is exactly the area that we are investing as Set Ventures. This concludes that the focus that we have is still on generation, distribution, and use of energy. But the deals that we will invest in, and you can count on that will be the case going forward for us, are those smart energy solutions that package software and services into their business models. And that is at the core of what we are. And therefore, we have always been very fond to be part of the ecosystem of Ecosummit, because Jan has seen this also at an early stage to build excitement around the smart solutions that need to bring this industry into the next phase. And we're very happy to be part of that. And I'll promise Jan, next time I will make an announcement on an investment we're doing, hopefully in London. Thank you very much.